Well, welcome. Thank you for coming to hear the candidates for the Waikato Students' Union election, which is happening next. The voting is next Monday through Wednesday. It'll be online. There'll be a voting link. You'll get an email. It'll also be on our website and on our social media, so you'll be able to share it with your friends. But welcome today. We'll be getting a chance to meet our candidates. Most of them are here. Chance to hear what they've got to say for themselves. A chance for you to get to know a little bit about them, and to make some decisions as to who you want to see running your organisation and representing you in the things that we do in the WSU. So my name's Dave. I'm the manager. I'm here on behalf of the returning officer. Thank you. What I'm going to do is call the candidates up one at a time and let them make a prepared statement for themselves, just to talk to you about a little bit about themselves, and so you can hear what they've got to say. If anybody has any particular questions that we'll, particularly in regard to the president position at the end, I've put some paper on the desk here with my two staff members over here. If you have a particular question that you'd like to ask, come and write it down, go and see them, and that way that's a nice, easy, fair way that we can ask some questions at the end if we get time. Okay? So what I'm going to do is start with the directors, and I'll run through them in the order that they're here. So it's a little bit of a lottery, so I'm sorry if you get called up a bit earlier than you were expecting. What I'm going to do is run through the directors first, and then leave the presidents to the end, because they'll get a little bit longer, and I'm sure that they'll handle the pressure a little bit easier. That's what we want to see.
Hey everyone, my name is Rocio Chavez, and I'm running for Director of Academic Success and Student Experience. So a little bit about me is that I'm a third-year law student with a minor in psychology. I'm originally from Chile, and I speak fluent Spanish. I'm running for these roles because I am passionate about creating an inclusive environment where every student feels a sense of belonging, as I know how daunting uni can be. Throughout my university involvement in clubs like Women in Law Association and Waikato Law Student Association, I have gained hands-on experience organising educational and career-focused events that directly support students' growth. These experiences make me well suited for this role because I understand what it's like to support students and make a difference. I want to help you thrive both personally and academically. With this said, I know how challenging uni life can be. Balancing study, work, extracurricular, and personal life is really tough. So my goal is to strengthen academic support, enhance student experience through inclusive initiatives, and create clear channels for feedback so every student feels heard and supported. I would be honoured to serve as your 2026 Director of Academic Success and Student Experience. I hope I can count on your vote. Thank you.
Kia ora. Before anything else, I want to thank the Lord Almighty for giving me the strength, wisdom, and chance to be here with you today. So thank you, Lord. I'm Ebenezer Paul, and I am running for the position of Executive Director for Academic Success in the Waikato Students' Union. I truly believe that every student deserves a support, resources, and opportunities they need to thrive. However, I also recognize the challenges that we face: rising living costs, balancing part-time work with classes, and many international students navigating to a new culture while keeping up with their studies. Education is the cornerstone of success, but often students feel unheard when deadlines clash, when academic services are hard to find, or when mental health support is stretched within. Your success is my mission. I am elected I will work hard to ensure your voices are heard, your challenges are addressed, and that every student, whether local or international, has equal access to academic growth and success. This is just not about me, it's about us. And the saying goes, if you want to go far, get together. So I am asking you for your support. Please stand with me, vote for me, and together we can make academic success a reality for everyone. Vote for me, Ebenezer Paul, as the Executive Director for Academic Success. Thank you.
Kia ora everyone, my name is Kashfia Mezabin and I am a master's student in cybersecurity. Let me ask you, how many of you have felt like assignments and tests are teaming up against you, or wished a day had 30 hours just to finish everything on time? I know how tough it can be to juggle assignments, tests and projects all at once, leaving a little time to truly enjoy student life. That's why I am running for Director of Students Academic and Student Experience, because I believe an ideal university challenges us to grow without burning us out. It should be a place where workloads are fair, deadlines are reasonable, and where every student has the support they need to succeed. Because success isn't just about grades, it's about balance, having time to learn, connect, and make memories that last beyond graduation. That's the student experience I want to help create. So vote Kashfia Mezabin for fair workloads, real support, and unforgettable student life where you will find brains, balance, and bliss. Thank you so much.
That's good. Anin Buju Amadakuyapi Kiora. Hello, my name is Maura, and I'm running for Executive Director of Student Experience. I'm a first-year anthropology student and minoring in Maori and Indigenous Studies. Despite this, back home in the States, I was able to gain 3 years of community experience and 2 years as an event coordinator. As an international student, I'm well aware of how difficult it can be to leave your home and community. I hope that through this role, I'll help other students feel more at home and help them find their community here at Waikato. I know this job requires listening to many different perspectives, but I promise to give each voice equal weight. If I win, I promise to be an advocate for you, whether there is an accessibility issue, your club needs more funding, or even feedback on a previous event. A vote for me is a vote for a candidate that will reflect you and work with you. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Luke and I'm running to be your Director of Student Experience. I don't want to spend too long talking about my own personal expertise, but I think it's important to have an idea of the background I'll bring to the role. I've got over a decade of governance experience on various boards and committees, including incorporated societies. I've got proven advocacy skills. I took a petition to Parliament in 2018 and successfully got welfare laws changed to provide more sympathetic care for disabled people. And so I think it's important to know that you'll have an advocate on the WSU who cares and who is passionate and who has proven experience. But let's get down to the issues, right? All of us here have a student loan. All of us are paying to be here every day. We're paying over $800 a paper, and yet we have to pay for parking to access that education. I don't think that's right, and I think that needs to change, and that's a fundamental part of our student experience. As one of my fellow candidates has already noted, finance is a big barrier to student experience, and parking is a key part of that. So let's tackle this, let's fix this together. I think it's also worth noting that, there are distance students online who are not getting the experience we're getting, and yet they're paying the exact same amount. So let's do better. Let's give them a virtual O week. Let's give them a unique student experience that they can enjoy and be proud of and look back on in decades to come. I'm going to fight for better value, more accountability, more transparency, and more sustainability. And if you like the sound of that, vote Luke.
Kia ora, ko Tsubaki Hamada toku ingoa. My name is Tsubaki Hamada and I am running for Executive Director of a Students Experience. I am a first year of a university student majoring psychology and minoring gender. I am from Japan and I love cats. Did you know that WSU is offering so many helps like emergency food services or mental health support? I want all of the students to know about WSU, and I want to be a bridge between you and the WSU. That's why I'm suggesting to make a short video of a WSU supporting system and playing it during the first lectures of a semester so that every new and current students can start with confidence. On top of that, I want to make it possible for students who are not in the clubs to plan and organize an event as well. Because I know that there's so many students who are not in the clubs has amazing idea too. Also, I want to plan and organize a workshop about basic knowledge of flooding because as an international student, I found it really hard to start from scratch. Finally, I will work to launch an emergency vehicle service because many of the students doesn't have a car or license, and it will be really helpful to have an emergency, quick and easy access to emergency vehicle. I want your students' life with WSU to be more practical, more easy, and fun. So vote for Tsubaki Hamada for experience, Executive Director of a Students' Experience. Thank you so much.
Talo Falava, kia ora, and warm greetings to everyone here today. I'm a bit irked because I just came from Auckland, but my name is Rita, or Melarita for long, but most people call me Rita. And I think one of the things I wanted to highlight in my speech is one of the things that I love most about Waikato is not only the foundations for our Māori people and our indigenous Māori people. It's so beautiful here at Waikato, but also the diversity. The amount of different cultures, different people, different upbringings is something that I adore so greatly. And I think that's something that I want to envision for my goals for next year as a Pacific Director, is kotahitanga, so'otanga, unity. I believe that all our voices deserve to be heard, valued, and actioned at every level of decision making. Even though I'm only running for Pacific Director, I also want to run for Pacific voices, Māori voices, and everyone's voices. I aim to be a passionate ambassador and catalyst for action for Pacific students on the WSU Board and student body, but I don't want to only represent your wants and your visions. I want to also provide the opportunities for students to reach not only academic success, leadership success, and success how we see it for our own individual self. I think not only do I want my vision to be unity, I also want to give back to the community that has supported me and brought me to where I am today. I'm currently studying a Bachelor of Science, majoring in psychology and minoring in Pacific and Indigenous Studies. With my experience in leadership, event management, and community building, combined with my drive, openness, and deep love for my Samoan culture, I'm ready to serve all of you and our Pacific people with heart, energy, and commitment. Before I end off, I'd like to end with a whakatauki, and don't come at me because I speak Samoan, not Māori, but I want to learn how to speak te reo. E hara taku toa I te toa taki tahi, engari he toa taki tini, which means my strength is not that of one, but that of many. Despite all my accomplishments, they're not only my own accomplishments, nor are they my own strengths or knowledge, but of those who have guided me through my life. Pacific Waikato. To end off my speech, I'd like to say thank you for all of you to listening to me, even though I'm a bit and also thank you to everyone that came to support me today. I'm a little bit nervous, and I thank you all. Thank you, Dave, for the opportunity. Peace out.
Hello, Drew. I'm Catherine. I'm from Papua New Guinea. I'm a third-year law student, and I'm looking to serve and I'm campaigning for the Executive Pacific Director position. As a Pacific Islander, our identities embrace the essence of family, community, cultural values, traditions, unity, and ultimately respect for those in the past, present, and future. With extensive experience in leadership through associations and societies, I aim to serve and build on greater representation of our Micronesian, Melanesians, and Polynesians as a whole Pacific peoples. This includes the interest of engaging with other cultural groups and vice versa, creating an environment that will assist and allow us to engage and navigate through all aspects of our academic journey. My goal is not to walk before you or after you, but with you. As we face challenges and accomplishments together, we will support and praise each other. To close, I'd like to mention a quote that was mentioned to me by my coworker, Jane McDonald, with an add to it. Grounded by Pacific values, inspired by diversity, together we succeed in education and leadership, navigating together as one people. You can check out my socials for more campaigning updates. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mariam. I'm running for Academic Success Director for 2026. And I'm running because I want to be your voice at the bigger table. Over the last 4 years at uni, I've learned a lot through my roles, through club work at WMSA and Waikato Women in STEM, and at my eTuts role, which is with Student Learning and Support Services. Some of these roles include interacting with staff and students on a daily, helping with behind the scenes of university technology, so Moodle, Panopto, Turnitin, that kind of stuff, and just helping however I can in whatever way I can. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I have a lot of experience and understanding from all these different roles, and I understand how the uni works and what goes into behind the scenes, and I want to use those experiences to be a student voice to you guys. So please vote for me. Thank you.
Okay, so we're moving on now to our president candidates. Ooh, yeah.
Tui a irunga, tui a raro, tui a waho, tui a roto, tihei, mauri ora. One more time, tihei, mauri ora. Tēnā tātou e te whare ko Seamus tōku ingoa. My name is Seamus. I'm obviously running for president. I'm the guy with the annoying big posters around the grounds, so I apologise for that if that's been pissing you off a little bit now. First things first, I understand that a lot of us don't engage with student politics on a day-to-day basis. Kei te pai, that's all good. However, I know many of us know the WSU through free food, O-Week, and the posters that we've talked about already. So the most important thing I want to relay to you guys that don't engage with student politics on a day-to-day is the current president of this organisation, the current VP Māori, the current president of the Supreme Club of the Year, shout out Windsor, and the current Pacific Director, all endorse me to be president next year. Furthermore, I am the vice president of this organisation, so it should go without saying that I endorse myself, otherwise I wouldn't be running. But that means I've also been shadowing Tim in his role as president this year. It means that I know exactly what needs to be done to be president. I know what it's like to be in the executive meetings with people like Neil Quigley, but I also know what it's like to represent this university on a national level. The most important thing you need to know about president is you're voting for the student that you think will best represent you. So just really keep that in mind with what I just said before. On a personal level, I think a lot of people are going to talk about parking, especially the presidential candidates. It's a really hot topic. However, I really encourage you guys to ask the question, how? How are you going to solve parking? Because it's a really cool thing to say, oh, parking's pretty bad, but you know, we'll fix it next year. I myself have been in the meeting rooms with the university on the SSGC talking about fixing parking. We've got them to commit to some things for next year. We're looking at budget reallocations. However, there's still more to be done. A lot of you guys might not know this, but the university recently allocated more parks to staff over students instead, despite us being the ones in more need. So there's more that needs to be done. However, what I'm saying is I actually know how to fix this issue and to continue to fix this issue. Furthermore, mental health and accessibility needs to be improved. I'm currently the only student, bar Nikita, who's the chair, on the Disability Action Plan, which has recently just been restructured. And I've been working with a lot of students with accessibility needs, including parent-student students. So one thing that you might not know is that we actually don't ask students about accessibility needs when they enter campus, so that's one thing I want to change. So actually the tangible metric to start with. Furthermore, I mean, there's little things like the tiles outside the par, they rock like nothing, and even I A perfectly able person can trip on those. And furthermore, I think our mental health support needs more. If you've got some free soup this year while you're studying, you're welcome. That was me. If you use our directed drop-in sessions for mental wellbeing support, that was also an idea I had, but more needs to be done. We need to allocate our budget towards that. Also, other university student councils have been doing this thing called a rental warrant of fitness. Currently, Hamilton has probably some of the best rental properties in New Zealand for students, just because they're so new. However, they are covered in mould. I sometimes have to tiptoe on my own flat because it's so disgusting, which is not just because I live with 4 lads, but also because our landlord really does not care about us. So what I want to implement is a rental warrant of fitness where the student union goes in and ensures that our rental properties are up to scratch. It gets a tick from us. But most importantly, if none of this appeals to you, I also want to relay that I am a student. I am a struggling student. I've been on this board or involved at WSU for my entire time, first as an editor as Nexus, then as a general director, now as the VP. I know how this organisation works, I know what students want, I know what they need, and I know how to listen. So I really would appreciate your vote if you think that any of this, even a little bit, strikes a chord with you. Mō ora.
Kia ora everyone. My name is Jericho, and I'm running for president for WSU. So I'm a rookie here, so this is my first time in uni politics. I'm studying a Bachelor of Health, majoring in health promotion, but I kind of changed to Bachelor of Sports and Human Performance, so I'll be here for, I've still got a while to go. My last year is probably 2028. I believe this is a great university, but I believe there is a lot of potential that is yet to be unlocked. Together we can make the university even greater by helping it to evolve and to something even greater over time. If elected, I'm looking into many things. I believe student life should be less about unnecessary stress and be more about learning, belonging, succeeding, and even about having fun and relaxing. I want pass rates to be higher. Look, I don't know how often students pass. I don't know what the pass rates are myself, but regardless, I want to help bring up the pass rates even more. I don't care if the pass rate is 65%, 79% or 99%. I want to help the students pass and make passing easier, regardless of what the current pass rate is. I think it is a great idea for part-time jobs to be available. I know a lot of people struggling, searching for part-time work, and I'd like for part-time jobs to be available for students or non-students to help other students with their studies. And not only do students get help with their assignments and studies, but the people helping them get paid in the process, and it's a win-win. And I remember when I was in Boys Eye, in high school, we had something pretty similar. The daily notices, it would be announced that there is free study help available at the library, run by the prefects and academic honours, who can sit at the library and help you with your homework and assessments. And another thing I noticed is that past exam papers, when I look at the past exam papers, many of them are not available. I mean, some are available and others are not. And I believe strongly that this should change, and I believe it is fair that every student should have access to all past exam papers. I remember when I was studying for my last exam, I was stressed out and I was trying to access the past exam papers, and it was not available, and not only was it harder to prepare, but it caused unnecessary stress. Let's not make unnecessary stress be a part of our life. So I believe all past exam papers should be available to all students. I agree with Seamus. Parking can be an issue, and I'd like parking to be improved. And we've all seen it, cars are always circling around the parking lot, especially the biggest one, looking for a parking space, and that includes myself. Just to find an empty parking space on Hillcrest Road. Parking is already hard enough as it is, and parking is always full. It's almost always full, and there's only at least one empty space, 1% at a time, and parking is hard enough as it is, and we don't need parking officers making it worse. We're always getting fines for even the smallest things, even if we're just slightly past the line, I mean on the broken yellow lines, no matter how small the illegal parking is, no matter how small the effect is, parking officers are always there to dish out fines. Parking officers are not only annoying, they're nuisances, and I hope you all agree with me on that one. They're always issuing fines for the smallest offences, no matter how small. And I'm looking to expanding the car parks. I'm looking towards adding one more row of car park over there, and expanding the car park over there, and adding a car park by MSP. So parking can be easier, and I'm also looking towards cheaper car parks. Thank you everyone. I'm also looking towards cheaper food and more cafes and restaurants, and cheaper parking. Thank you everyone. God bless this university and you all.
Kia ora koutou, ko Ethan Walker tuku noa, ko rangi unu harbour tuku moana, more recently Te Aotearoa Tohe tuku moana. I'm from the Te Tai Whakarao, the far north, originally from Kaitaia. I'm a third year Bachelor of Business student here at the University of Waikato, and I'm excited to stand as a candidate for the WSU President for 2026. As a current director on the WSU Board, President of the Waikato Management School Students Association Club, and previously President for the Communication Club, alongside being student ambassador and tutor, I've had some great experiences and understanding into the needs of students. Throughout my time at the university, I've seen firsthand the impact that student leadership can have on our student body. And being your president, I'll vigorously fight for the Ko Te Tangata motto of the university, ensuring that the for students and by students approach is taken in all aspects. This can be achieved through listening, understanding, and respecting your voices, amplifying your concerns, and work tirelessly to represent our diverse student body. My vision for the WSU is one that has a better brand connection with students. I first standed obviously for director last year, and I still had the questions of what is WSU and what do they do. 12 months later, I still had that question asked to me. So to ensure that we have a good, strong connection with our students is something of importance to me. And you have a right to know and understand what your student union organisation does and where you can go to get the support you need. What have I done so far as a WSU director? Most recently, I'm fighting for a $20,000 increase in grants for students, including an increase in club grants as well, so that we have the for students, by students approach and better support for our students. I've also fought for the WSU to address the parking issue with the university alongside the rest of the board. And I've organised a business cultural event through my other roles as well. So, obviously to end off, make sure you vote for this Dullian, Ethan Walker, for WSU President, for a better future for our university and for our students. Thank you very much.
Okay, first, I have one question for you. Raise your hand if you want to see results in the University of Waikato community that will make your student life better. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kia ora, my name is Amira Stevenson, and I would like to be your WSU President for 2026. I am interested in creating effective change that benefits students and improves their experience here at the University of Waikato. My previous leadership experience involves taking on the role of arts captain at high school, a role that taught me a lot about what makes an effective leader, such as enthusiasm, communication, time management, and a passion for my work, all attributes that I plan on continuing to show if I'm elected to the board. Over the past year, I have also been a writer for Nexus magazine, which has helped me to gain an understanding of the WSU and explore different areas of student life. If elected, I promise to work consistently to take on board all feedback and implement it as soon as possible, including things such as continuing to improve the current parking situation on campus, including adding more car parks and improving prices. Hearing your voices is also the most important thing to me. So I promise you that I will be available and 100% approachable to discuss any questions or concerns that you have. I aim to find other ways to make university comfortable and enjoyable for each and every student, whether that's through creating more study spaces and seating areas or improving accessibility to places and events. To me, being president is all about representing you, the students, and providing a platform for your voices. Let us all come together and work as a cohort to create the results that we all want to see and ensure that no one in the community is left behind. If you want to see visible change and visible results for students, for you, then vote Amira Stevenson for president, and I promise you, I'll get the job done. Thank you.
Okay, you've now heard from all of the candidates that are here today, and just an important note to remember is that the president of the WSU is also your student member of council, so that's quite an important thing just to keep in the back of your mind when you're making that decision. That's your representative to the highest university body as well, and that's a relationship that we have with the university. So well done everybody, and let's give all our candidates another hand. It does take great courage to put your name forward for these things, and we really appreciate it. As an organisation, we couldn't operate without the students, without their support. So it's about 10:02, so we do have a few moments that we can ask. We can ask the presidents a question. We haven't received any, but I can make one up if you wish. What are the good things that we've heard you say? What's the one thing that makes you stand out? Why should we vote for you over all of the other candidates?
I believe that you should vote for me for president because I have a lot of ambition, I have a lot of energy, and I am here to represent you. I'm a part of many groups at Waikato University. I'm a part of the UniQ, I'm a part of, I do Equity Dance, Conscious Living Collective, I'm a writer for Nexus, and I have a lot of ambition. I am a person who, when she knows what she wants, she's going to try and go get it, and I will do the same for you. If you have something that you want, I will make sure that we can go get it for you. So this is about all of you, but it's about having ambition, having trust in me, and I have the trust in myself that I can bring my ambition to the table and help you get what you want, as well as bringing a diverse and fresh perspective to the table.
I believe this university should vote for me because of a few reasons. Number one, ambition and passion, and I'm obsessed with innovation and ideas, and coming up with new ideas to help make this university even greater, helping it to evolve and evolve. And I'm generally quite approachable, and not only do I like helping this university go great, evolve, I've been also running for student representative in high school. I've been running for that for 3 years, and next year I will probably have the most time to work and support the students, because my workload next year is not actually going to be busy at all. I mean, I'm planning to switch to a slightly different major, but both degrees, my current one and the one I'm planning to switch to, is too similar. That means most of the papers that are a part of my new degree have already been completed by me in my current degree, so that means I will have half the academic workload. I'll only be doing like 2 or 3 papers for SEM next year, so I'll have the most time to work on supporting students and helping the WSU, and I'll have the least homework out of us three, most likely. The average student does like 4 papers a sem, but I'll be doing 2 or 3 a sem. And some of them are even online papers and no test, and that makes it even less busy. So vote for me if, I appreciate you vote for me, because I'll be the most busy when it comes to governing, helping govern this uni, and I'll have the least time on my studies and homework and assignments. Appreciate it. God bless you all.
Tōtāhi ka tai au te korero Māori, that's a big plus. Secondly, like I said before, experience. I've been in the student union for a while. I have the endorsement of my peers, which shows I can do a good job. Thirdly, my grassroots, actually believe in that. Often at different clubs events, not just for the free food, because I appreciate being around the students, but most importantly, the thing that I want to reiterate to you guys, well actually that I haven't mentioned in my speech, and I think it's an important point to relate to you guys, so I'm just opportunity to do this, is that I know how to lead people. It's pretty clear that there's some very impressive caliber of candidates here. I think one of the more impressive pools of candidates we've had in a while, the elections. I believe that I have the right experience to lead these people and to make sure I get the best out of them. Not only because I know how the student union structures work and the uni structures work, but also because I believe in my leadership style being effective for students, servant leadership being amongst them and helping them hands-on with their job and developing those relationships with those people.
Okay. Tia Mafara, have you got a question to ask? No? All right. Hey everybody, I think that's probably going to wrap us up. It's been absolutely fantastic to have a chance to hear everybody and see everybody. I agree